Hello, hello. It's your girl, Bougie on the Bayou. We are cooking lasagna. Yum. Let's get in it. We have our olive oil and our salt and our water heating in our oval Magnolite pot because you don't want your lasagna noodles laying on top of each other all bunched up and it's hard to get out of the big, deep stock pot. We don't have time for that. Lay them down in an oval pot. Make your life so much easier. If you don't have an oval pot, get you one. These are our ingredients that we're going to be using. It's about double the amount of ingredients that we're going to use because I buy too much when I go to the grocery store. I don't know about y'all, but you can't just pick up one pack of cheese and you get home and you're like, I'm short some cheese for my lasagna. Nobody has time for that. You have a pound of Italian sausage. Get the good Italian sausage. Don't go cheap with the Italian sausage. Go get the good stuff. Stuff made in the grocery store that day, or, get the good stuff. Brown your meat. Onion, garlic. I use the whole head of garlic. Not two. I like a whole head of garlic and some bell pepper. Continue browning your Italian sausage and your ground beef. I don't like sirloin. I like the chuck because chuck has a little bit more fat. Now, I do have to drain more fat off of my meat after browning, but it has a little bit more flavor. So I'm going to sacrifice the fat for the flavor. So flavor wins every day. Continue browning. Turn your pot back on because we drained it off. Drain the oil and water off that was in the bottom of the pot. Sprinkle your favorite Creole seasoning. Mine is Tony Chachere's, the more spice. I like it. It's not too salty. That's what I like. Put your onion, garlic, and bell pepper in your pot. Continue to stir. Get it all soft. Add your rotel tomatoes. I like the original. You can get the spicy or the fire or fire roasted, whichever one you like. This is the one I like. And it comes out good. The big can of Cento crushed tomatoes. It's the big yellow can. You cannot miss this can at the store. It's over there with the tomato sauce. Just get the big one. 2 packs of thick and zesty McCormick. It's over by the gravy, the powdered gravy, like the sloppy joe mix, that kind of stuff. Get your 2 packs of it, thick and zesty. I do fill that big yellow can up with water, and I'm going to pour that water in here after I mix it up with the tomato paste. So you have a can of tomato paste for each pack of McCormick thick and zesty. Mix it up. Add that big can of water. Now you're going to want to stir this as you're adding so that you can see what consistency your tomato sauce or your meat sauce is. Stir it up. Let it simmer about 20 minutes. If I have time, I like to simmer it for 45 minutes. Add your Italian seasoning at the beginning of the simmering process. I decided to add it a little towards the end, but you know what? It still came out good. I felt like it was going to cook in the oven. Our noodles are ready. Don't overcook your noodles. If you overcook your noodles, you'll have mushy lasagna because remember, it has to bake long enough to melt that cheese on the top of it and brown the cheese. Add your lasagna noodles. I wanted my noodles in the pan a little too perfect, so I end up getting my scissors out. I had a knife at first, and then I remembered I had some kitchen shears. Use your kitchen shears and cut your lasagna noodles to fit the pan. Or you can get a lasagna pan, and it'll just fit in there. But I used what I had, like most people do, and I didn't want to use glassware because I was going to have to clean that glass pan. I didn't want to do that. So I was being lazy, and I told you I was in a hurry. So put you some grated cheese over the meat sauce that you have put on top of those lasagna noodles. And if I'm not mistaken, the freshly grated cheese from the grocery store was a Parmesan, Asiago, probably Romano cheese blend, and I added mozzarella. I was a little heavy-handed with the cheese, I must admit, but I like cheese, and I think it makes for good lasagna. So meat and cheese makes for good lasagna, and don't overcook your noodles. That makes for really good lasagna. And you're going to repeat the step. Get you some more noodles out. Lay them in the pan neatly. I don't overlap my noodles because it just makes for an easier cut, because you kind of know what's the width of your lasagna noodles. So I don't overlap them. Just lay them in there, touching, not overlapping. You're going to add more meat sauce on top of the noodles that you're adding to the first layer that you made. I pressed it down because you see, I'm pressing to get all of the air out so that I can fit it all in my pan, because I wanted 3 layers. And it was looking like I went a little overboard with the thickness of the first layer. Continue laying the meat sauce in the pan over the noodles. And you're going to do this process again. Add the cheese, your favorite cheese. This is your cheese of choice. Stick to the white cheeses, not yellow cheeses. I know some people may like yellow cheeses on their lasagna. I don't. I like the white cheeses. Put some more mozzarella on top of there. I believe I used 2 bags of mozzarella cheese, the 4-cup bags, to make this 3-layer lasagna. And I used 2 of those freshly grated cheeses from the grocery store, because like I said, I went overboard with the cheese, and I like cheese. Somebody said, that was ATV said, fat kids and babies love cheese. I'm not a baby, so there you go. Add your lasagna noodles. Cut it to fit the pan. Add you some meat sauce on top. You're not adding as much meat sauce on this level because you're running out of space, and it's your top layer. Add the rest of your cheeses. And you can see in that pan, I had more meat sauce left. I like to have meat sauce in the house because you never know if the kids come over and they're hungry. And you could just take the meat sauce out the freezer, warm it up, and boil you some spaghetti noodles. And there you have it. You have spaghetti sauce with noodles, and you didn't have to work too hard for it. So I sometimes cook a little bit too much when I'm prepping for something, because I want to save some. And I didn't just put this in my oven in that pan because it may bubble out. And I didn't want to clean the oven with tomato sauce. Put it in there on 375 and let it turn this golden color. You see it bubbling? It smells good. I can't really smell it, y'all, but I can imagine what it smelled like when I made it. So here's it plated. The end, everybody. Bougie on the Bayou here. Go like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the channel.